Welcome space friends and moon lovers. Tonight's moon holds a secret that most people will never notice. While everyone sees that glowing orb in the sky, few realize they're looking at a 4.5 billion year old museum of cosmic violence, frozen in time. And tonight, September 14th, 2025, the lighting is absolutely perfect for exploring 5 incredible lunar features that will blow your mind. Thanks for joining us again. Tonight we have something special. Our moon reaches its last quarter phase today at 6:33 AM Eastern Time. Now illuminated at 47% and sitting 367,044 kilometers from Earth. But here's what makes tonight extraordinary. The Terminator line, that dramatic shadow boundary between lunar day and night, runs right down the moon's center, creating the most dramatic shadows and contrasts you'll see all month. Think of it like this. Imagine shining a flashlight at a basketball from exactly the side. Every crater rim, mountain peak and valley creates maximum shadow contrast. That's exactly what's happening on the moon tonight. It's the perfect night for lunar exploration. So whether you've got binoculars, a telescope, or just your naked eyes and curiosity, let's embark on a journey across 367,000 kilometers of space to explore 5 spectacular lunar landmarks. And I promise, after tonight, you'll never look at the moon the same way again. Before we begin, let's get our bearings. Tonight, our moon is 22.43 days into its cycle, exactly at last quarter phase, also called third quarter. The moon is currently in the constellation Gemini, and if you're watching from the northern hemisphere, you'll see it rise around midnight, reaching its highest point in the southern sky around sunrise. The last quarter phase is actually the best phase for lunar observation, better than full moon or even gibbous phases. Why? Because with the Terminator running right down the moon's center, we get maximum contrast on features along the central meridian. Craters that looked flat just a few nights ago now reveal themselves as deep, three-dimensional bowls with dramatic shadow. Our first stop takes us to the moon's northern regions to visit Plato, often called the Dark Floor Crater. Even with binoculars, you can spot this as a distinctive dark oval near the moon's northern edge, sitting on the border between Mare Imbrium and Mare Frigoris. Plato is massive, 109 kilometers across, roughly the distance from London to Oxford. But what makes Plato special isn't just its size, it's that eerily smooth, dark floor. When the ancient impact created this crater 3.8 billion years ago, lava welled up from the moon's interior and flooded the crater floor, creating what looks like a perfectly dark lake. Here's something fascinating. Amateur astronomers have been documenting mysterious, transient lunar phenomena in Plato for centuries. Brief flashes, colour changes, and misty patches that appear and disappear. While most are likely caused by sunlight catching crater rim peaks at just the right angle, some remain unexplained to this day. If you have a telescope of 6 inches or larger, challenge yourself to spot the craterlets on Plato's floor. There are at least 4 tiny craters visible in amateur scopes, but seeing them requires perfect atmospheric conditions. Victorian astronomers used Plato as a test of their telescopes and observing skills. Can you match their eagle eyes? The crater is named after the Greek philosopher Plato, and is fitting. Just as Plato contemplated the nature of reality, this crater invites us to contemplate the violent forces that shaped our celestial neighbour. Moving to the moon's central regions, we find one of the most impressive crater alignments visible tonight, and with the last quarter Terminator running right through this area, the view is absolutely spectacular. The Ptolemaeus chain, 3 massive craters, Ptolemaeus, Alphonsus and Arzachel, forms a striking north-south line that's impossible to miss even with binoculars. Ptolemaeus, the northernmost and largest at 153 kilometers across, is ancient beyond comprehension, formed 4 billion years ago. Its floor is remarkably flat and smooth, almost like a dusty plain. Through a telescope tonight, with the Terminator's dramatic lighting, you'll notice it's peppered with tiny ghost craters and ancient impacts nearly buried by dust and debris over the eons. The crater lacks a central peak, suggesting it's been filled in over billions of years. Just south lies Alphonsus, 119 kilometers wide, and this one holds mysteries. In 1958, Russian astronomer Nikolai Kozyrev claimed to have observed a gaseous emission here, possible evidence of volcanic activity. NASA was so intrigued that Ranger 9 deliberately crashed into Alphonsus in 1965 to study it. Through your telescope, look for the dark patches on its floor. These volcanic ash deposits are especially visible tonight, with the side lighting creating strong contrasts. The youngest of the trio is Arzachel, 97 kilometers across but the most dramatic. Its terraced walls rise 3,600 meters and a massive central peak towers 1,500 meters from the crater floor. Tonight's last quarter shadows make this peak look like a pyramid rising from darkness, absolutely spectacular in a telescope. What's fascinating is that these three craters tell the story of lunar bombardment over time. Ptolemaeus is so old it's been softened by eons of smaller impacts. Alphonsus shows middle age with volcanic modifications. Arzachel is the youngster, still sharp and dramatic after only 3.2 billion years. Together they are like looking at 3 generations of lunar history in one view, and tonight's Terminator position makes them the star attraction. Now for one of the moon's most beautiful features, Sinus Iridum, the Bay of Rainbows. And tonight, with a